Hello everyone, welcome back to my gaming review. Today I'm a quick video on the PlayStation 1 console. I know this is a PS Classic, but I used to have PlayStation 1, and I wanted to talk about why PlayStation 1 is a special console for me. I always say that PS2 is my favorite because I had so many amazing experiences with PS2. But I was thinking about it more, and I was like, well, I had a lot of amazing experiences with PlayStation 1, and I also have a connection to the system because of, you know, some certain things in the past. So my first time actually playing a PS1 was at my grandma's house, and she lived in San Diego. And she would pull out this PlayStation 1 from her closet every time I would go over there, and I would play the game Medal of Honor, and I would try to beat that game over and over again every single time I went to, I believe it was in Poway, San Diego, which is a couple hours from where we lived at the time. I haven't been able to see my grandma in forever, the one that lives in San Diego, because my real father got involved, so I was never able to see my grandma ever again, my San Diego grandma. But anyway, I remember those times a lot where it was really fun, because I got to hang out with my grandma, I got to play some PlayStation 1, and have McDonald's when I used to go over there, and it was always just, it's always been a console that has like I have a special connection with because it reminds me of my grandma that I used to be able to visit, and then my dad ruined it all. But PlayStation 1, I've had a lot of fun experiences with it, like, playing Twisted Metal, Ready to Rumble Boxing. You got so many fantastic games, Crash, Bandicoot, Spyro, and so on. This is just such an amazing console. And one day I do want to buy a original PlayStation 1 because I used to have one and it got stolen from me. And then the one at my grandma's house, I don't even know what happened to that one because I haven't been able to see one forever. And I'm not even sure if my grandma is alive anymore, thanks to my father. But anyway, I just want to make a video because, I should make a video. I want to talk about the PS1 and why it's a special console for me. And the reason why it is so special to me is because it reminds me of my grandma in San Diego. It reminds me of her, and every time I would go over there, she'd watch me play PlayStation 1 with the game Medal of Honor. I always remember those times because it was a very happy time, and the PS1 just, it just reminds me of just a happier time when I was younger, and I really enjoyed the console. I remember opening up this and putting the disc in, and it being such a satisfying experience, putting the controller in. And then when I would leave my grandma's house after we would stay there for like a week or a couple days or whatever, she'd put the PS1 back in the closet, and I'll wait until I got to go again. And I was always really excited to go because I was like, yes, PlayStation 1. Of course, I did have PS2 years after, but PS1 was just always a special console to me. And I do love the N64. I actually have my Nintendo 64 hooked up on my blue bin on the side of me right here. That's my N64. So I haven't really been playing PS1 lately. I've been playing its rival, the 64. But anyway, I just want to make a video on that. PS1 is kind of like one of those special consoles to me because of some family stuff, and I had a connection with it, and I just remember a lot of things like going to San Diego and visiting my grandma, playing PS1. We would also play like tag and like I remember I used to be into like catching bumblebees. I would like release them back into the wild. So I would catch them and I would release them back into the wild. And I was so fascinated with bumblebees, and there was like ice plants, and there was a whole bunch of cool things though. That's one of the reasons why I like San Diego, because I've been to San Diego, that's where my grandma lives, and it was an amazing place. And we used to go to the San Diego Zoo, which is awesome. And I remember, all the fun times I had. And one of those special things I had a lot of fun with was PS1. Whenever I would see her, this was always there. So the reason why I haven't been there in a while, and the reason why I haven't seen my grandma who lives there in a while, is because, well, my dad decided to interfere, and because it's his side of the family, he doesn't really count it as being my family, even though I'm in the same blood, you know. I got my mom's side, my dad's side, but because my grandma is on my dad's side, the one that lives in San Diego, um, he just didn't want me or my sister to see my grandma no more, and he would cause a whole bunch of issues and drama, and my mom didn't want to deal with it, so that's kind of just how it ended, is I never saw her again, thanks to my father, because he called up one day to my grandpa, and he wanted to know how they were doing. They said that I was there, I said hi, he hanged up because he was angry, and that's why I've never been able to go to see my grandma. And I've never ever gone back to San Diego, ever. So, not sure if I ever will. And I'm not sure if my grandma is alive. But, you know, I have some things that remind me of her, like the PlayStation 1. I immediately bought the PS Classic when it came out because even though a lot of people gave this thing a lot of crap, the PS Classic is perfect for me because it's a PlayStation 1 mini console, and it has the same design as the original PlayStation 1. You can also modify these to get more games on it, which I think is really cool. And obviously it's HDMI. That's the other big reason why I went with the PS Classic. But anyway, I'm in the video, but that's just why the PlayStation 1 is special to me, because it connects me to my grandma, who I don't even know if she's alive anymore, thanks to my father. But yeah, this has always been a special console, even though I have a PS5, PS2, and all these other systems in my collection. This thing I always look at, I'm like, well, I do remember when I was younger, and, you know, I remember a time where I hanged out with my grandma and played PS1. But anyway, I'm in the video, so peace out.